everyone. Happy Women's Day. I am Priyasha Mohanty, Deputy Editor of Creature Companion magazine, and I welcome all of you for a panel discussion on women shaping the future of pet care. So, to inspire women wishing to navigate this industry, today we have a group of experienced, knowledgeable, wise, and highly successful women from different domains of the Indian pet industry who will share their unique success mantras that help them build their own respective empires. So, we have with us Mrs. Yashodhara, a breeder, an international KACI judge, and a conservationist. Thank you for joining us. We have
Thank you.
with us Ms. Rashi Narang, founder of Heads Up for Tails, Ms. Purvi Anthony, co-founder of Just Dogs, Dr. Aradhna Tripathi, founder of Doggy World, Miss Linda Hawk, publisher of Creature Companion magazine and convener of India International Pet Trade Fair. So thank you everyone for joining us today. So my first question is for everyone. I'd like to start off with Mrs. Yashodhara. So I want to know how your experience has been so far in the pet industry as a female entrepreneur navigating your way through the sector.
Uh, there has been trials and tribulations, but I think I've overcome all of them. And today I'm in a spot where I completely enjoy the place I'm in.
Okay, great. Miss Nashi Naran, how has it been for you in the industry so far?
Thank you for having me here today. And I think I definitely resonate with what Mrs. Yashodhara just said. You know, I'm sure we've all had our challenges, but I think it's about rising above them and moving forward. And it's nice to see more and more women coming into the pet space. I think it brings, more empathy and more gentleness and, a more nurturing a sort of environment which I feel was missing when I first started out, almost 17, 18 years ago. So I'm happy to see more and more women coming into the space.
That is great. Miss Purvi, how has it been for you in this industry?
Yeah, so the journey has been amazing till now. So we started in 2011, so almost 14 years now. Of course, lot of challenges, learnings, because creating the awareness for the pet parents. So yes, it has been a good journey so far.
That's wonderful. Dr. Aradhna, would you like to add something?
Yeah, definitely. When I entered this industry, it was around 30 years ago. At that time, being a veterinarian for a lady was really a shocking thing for the people. Because when we entered the college, there were hardly one or two girls in our batch. So it was shocking even for the teachers, and they were also confused why have they entered into this line. But over the years, we have seen a tremendous change in it, and it's very good that more and more girls are coming into it, and they are, in fact, succeeding and doing really good into this segment.
That's wonderful. Miss Linda Hawk, how has your experience been in the industry?
And challenging in certain ways and also rewarding because I've always found that for all entrepreneurs, male or female, these are always the reservations which you face. They could be financial, they could be market awareness, market acceptance. But once you overcome these hurdles or you work around them, and you will realize that the rewards are plenty.
That's wonderful. So, Mrs. Yashodhara, I would like to start off by asking you this. So, when you first started out as a breeder and as an international judge, what were some of the challenges that you faced as a female international judge and a breeder in a time that this was not a part that was traditionally taken? And how did you overcome these challenges? What was the support system like for you at that time?
Well, I started as a breeder almost 45 years ago. There was no concept of a professional breeder in India at that time. Yes, people were breeding in the backyards and selling puppies. But then I had the opportunity to travel abroad at that time. It's because of my keen interest. And I saw the way the kennels were there and the breeders, the interest they were taking, the studies they were doing. And I said, I must follow suit. And I definitely started studying, and I understood that breeding is both an art and a science. And I succeeded well. I'm very proud to say that my puppies have an international market today, and I breed up to the correct standards. And as an international judge, yeah, it is difficult for a woman to dominate in the field where men are very dominating and domineering. But I was lucky. I had the support of my children and the support of some mentors. And today I'm in a very lovely spot where I am cherished, actually. I would use the word where I'm cherished, I'm adored, I'm loved, and I feel very proud of myself.
That's incredible. So, Miss Rashi Naran, you have established yourself as a leading brand in the market, right? So, I would like to know what was it like for you when you first started out with retail? What was it like to take a huge risk when pet retail was not that popular and it was very nascent? So, how did you overcome that challenge and get on top of it?
I mean, we got into retail because no retail store was willing to actually, take our products and sell them. Most people, I realized, they were traders. They didn't really understand the perspective of a pet parent, and literally, every store I went to shut their door on me and said, "Please leave." And that's why, I started our own retail stores because there was no other place to sell from. So it was definitely difficult at that moment, and I think rejection hurts a lot. But I think that now when I look back, sometimes the dots join together and they make sense, because otherwise we wouldn't have had this platform that we've built over the years. So definitely many challenges, even building products. There was no supply chain in the country when we started. There were no vendors willing to work for us. There was no one to learn from. So it's definitely been long and hard, but also a lot of fun. And I feel like I've grown so much in the process. And I'm grateful for all of it.
It's incredible. So, Miss Purvi, I would like to ask you that Just Dogs is one of the leading brands in the market, right? So, as someone who's a key player in this sector, how do you think that the female perspective fits into retail? How important is it for retail?
I think it is very important because if you see the majority shoppers who walk into our stores are females, like 70 to 80%, I would say, are females. So I think the empathy which we bring in, the compassion which we bring in, we understand what is the shopping pattern, how they buy, the visual merchandising of the store. We plan it according how the females would like to buy it, look at it. So I think the female perspective is very important in that.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Aradhana, as a veterinarian, now looking back, when you graduated, what was the landscape like? How many women were, taking up this as their study? And now, as someone who is a practitioner as well as a businesswoman, how do you find the balance between the two?
Well, dear, when I entered this industry, there were hardly any female people available in this segment, especially the veterinarians. There were other people, but not the veterinarians. And especially opening up their own centers and working towards that was very different. There, at that time, the concept was of small clinics, maybe a small structure, not very organized, and everything was scattered. Like there were some pet shops, there were some breeders available. So at that time, I thought of starting a combined thing, providing the pet parents what they need under a single roof, with a clinic, with a pet shop, with a grooming parlor, even boarding facilities, and briefings about the nutrition and health. So frankly speaking, I was discouraged a lot at that time because everyone felt that this is not what veterinary science is all about. They sort of, many people bullied me that you are a vet, you should not enter into such sort of a thing. You should open a clinic. You should not worry about the rest of the things. But I felt that it's the best a veterinarian can understand what the pet parents are looking for. And with that small thought in mind, I kept on working on it. And after some time, I realized that people are appreciating it and they want to replicate those things. And more people entered into this segment. I remember when I met Mrs. Yashodhara long back, maybe around 20-25 years ago, breeding was a eye opener for me, because for veterinarians, breeding segment was never considered that important. But then we realized, yes, it could also be one of the very important things. And getting a good quality, reputed puppy was a challenge at that time. And she was doing wonderful things in that. And all these things keep on adding to our things, and it became different. And now, as I see the industry, it has grown tremendously.
That's incredible. So, Miss Linda Hawk, I want to ask you that when you started publishing a pet care magazine back in the 90s, it was not the most popular choice back then. So, what were some of the initial roadblocks that you faced and how did you overcome them?
Yes, the reason why I started the magazine initially was that I have this great affinity for pets. We've always grown up with a lot of pets at home, and I had a special love for them. And I thought that it would be really challenging and a very good idea to have a platform where all animal pet lovers could come together and understand the importance of pet keeping. Similarly, the events which came, the India International Pet Trade Fair, again, it was a platform to bring everyone together and to share experiences and to put India on the map for the pet trade and industry.
Absolutely. So, this is a question for everyone. I would like to start off with Mrs. Yashodhara. So, you're all women who paved your own paths and started something new in the industry when it wasn't very popular. So, what advice would you give to young female entrepreneurs who want to pave their way into the industry with their own unique signature flair?
All right. The only thing I had about me was passion, immense passion for animals. I had that empathic character in me. I wasn't very talented and I had some skills. So that was it. And today I see a lot of women coming out here. On our panel itself, we have some very, very commendable, very, fantastic women who are doing such great things in their lives, in their careers they've chosen. And to all the women, I would definitely like to say, please follow your passion, dream big, build your dreams, make sure you build it, persevere, and then also patience is very important. And if someone else can do it, I'm sure you can do it too. That should be your motive. And I would like and I would like everyone to follow their dreams and their passions.
That's beautiful. So, Miss Rashi Naran, would you like to add something?
Yes, sure. I'd like to add that I think all of us see the world differently and we all bring our unique magic. So I hope that, everyone who's wanting to step into the space or build anything of their own, they build out their own path and bring their unique magic to their journey versus, trying to, trying to copy another business because there's something so different that each of us bring. So don't forget your own unique magic. And I think passion is so important, but also a very important word that Mrs. Yashodhara used, which is patience. Perseverance in today's day and age is tough. And I think in a sector like this, you really have to know that you're coming in for the long term. It's not a quick win sector. So yes, that's definitely a message. But dream big, and I hope that everyone making their way in here can make an impact.
I could not agree more. Miss Purvi, would you like to add something?
Yeah, so I agree with what Yashodhara ma'am said, what Rashi has also mentioned, the passion and patience, two of the most important factors. So those who want to come into the industry, I think they should not be hesitant. They should just own the confidence and just go for it. And I think forgetting about to be perfectionist, I think they should just go ahead and face the challenges and just give it. So just, I think, बस कर देना चाहिए. Just start and go for it. Yeah.
Definitely. Dr. Aradhana, would you like to add something?
Yeah, definitely. As everyone said, that passion, perseverance, these are all very important things and that needs to be followed. Only one thing that I need to, or I want to add is be true to yourself. Whatever you want to do, you should be justified in doing what you are doing. Don't blindly follow the numbers or try to achieve certain limits. Because what I feel, if you are true to yourself, success will automatically follow you.
Absolutely, that's very encouraging. Miss Linda Hope, would you like to add something?
Perseverance and resilience are the two requirements which you need in abundance in order to start any new enterprise. It can be challenging, but the rewards will follow.
That's wonderful. So, I think with this, we can wrap up today's session. Thank you for taking time out of your day